Recorded Books and One-Click Digital present In the Rancher's Arms by Kathie Denosky, narrated by Brian Hutchison.
Wanted. Intelligent, well-educated single female with high morals and good character, age 25 to 35, for immediate marriage to a Wyoming cattle rancher. Must have ranching experience, know how to ride a horse, and want children. Only qualified applicants need apply. If interested, email rancher_254@thehitchingpost.com. Chapter 1. Do you, Victoria Anderson, take Eli Laughlin to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer for poorer, in sickness and in health? Reverend Watkins droned on, but Victoria couldn't have said whether the man recited the sacred words of the wedding vows, or if he were trying to auction off a pile of manure. She was far too nervous to concentrate on anything but the ruggedly handsome, dark-haired stranger standing next to her, the very one whom she would pledge herself to within the next few seconds. When the rotund little minister cleared his throat and gave her an expectant look, she swallowed the panic threatening to choke her. "I do," she murmured, her voice surprisingly steady, considering the state of her nerves. The good Reverend turned to her almost husband and repeated his question, but Victoria heard none of the words. 2 short hours ago, Eli Laughlin had been nothing more than a few long-distance phone calls and a half-dozen or so email messages. In fact, during the course of their brief acquaintance, they hadn't even bothered to exchange pictures. Not that it would have made a difference in her decision to marry him. It wouldn't have. There just weren't a lot of options for a down-on-her-luck heiress with less than $500 to her name, and several death threats hanging over her head. But she fervently wished that they had at least discussed physical characteristics. It might have lessened her shock when Eli met her at the airport in Cheyenne. She wasn't sure how she had expected him to look, but she knew beyond a shadow of doubt nothing could have prepared her for the reality of the man she had traveled over 1,800 miles to marry. Of course, if she hadn't been so distracted by the hurried preparations and the urgent need to leave Charlotte, she might have taken a hint from the sound of his voice. She had always heard of someone having bedroom eyes, but Eli Laughlin had a bedroom voice. Smooth and deep, his voice could, as her nanny used to say, charm the bloomers off an old maid. The first time he had called to interview her, just the sound of it had caused goosebumps to shimmer up and down her arms.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?